I don't know where the squeak is. Is it inside the motor? It seems to work fine. All right, a little quick and dirty video today on how to stop the squeaks in your heater blower. So first thing you're going to do is remove the bottom portion of the cover underneath the dash on the right hand side. On the passenger side, below the glove compartment. Actually, it's fairly simple. We've got this little plastic plug here. Remember to pull that out. It'll make your life miserable if you don't remember to do that. And you got a few screws here, one there, and one there. And you've got some screws on the bottom of the plastic here and here as well. And it should just drop right on down without too much fanfare. It looks like the foam rubber is still in pretty good shape on the passenger side. All right, enough of that. So the blower motor on this car, it squeals. So it's, you guys remember Ned Beatty in Deliverance? It's like that. All right, so now that we've got the lower part of the dash removed, we're going to go ahead and take this cover off next. All right, so what you have here is a connector right here. We'll need to take that off. And then we have some screws around the edge of this thing. Got one right there. Got one right there. And we've got a couple back there. All right, I really can't film this. Kind of a tight situation here. I'm going to go ahead and remove these screws, remove that electrical connector, and then I'm going to pull that cover down. All right, got the screws out, and I believe this cover should just, hey, look at that. All right, so let's remember the lighter colored wires in the front. So let's go ahead and disconnect that. Or the reddish, orangish wire rather. And let's get that one off of there, like that. And I believe there's a, of course, we dropped the little clip. Never get that back on. What does that look like? Yeah, we'll get that on. While we're at it, we might as well clean that up some. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this on the workbench and then proceed on. All right, to get this blower motor out of here, we've got a screw right there. We've got one right over there. And we have another one right here. So we'll go ahead and get those out of there next, and we'll pull the blower motor out of the car. All right, let's see how successful we're going to be. Hey, look at that. Man, that was easy. Just slipped right out of there. All right, let's go ahead and get this over the workbench and get a closer look. All right, we're back over here at the workbench. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm referring to when I'm talking about squealing. Squeal like a pig. Imagine if that was on full blast and you're trying to be warm in the wintertime. It's not a whole lot of fun. We've got to figure out what we're going to do here. I don't know if this can be lubricated or not, but I'm going to give it a try. So I really don't want to buy another one. I think they're kind of pricey. So let's see what we can do to repair the one we have. All right, let's see. I'm not sure where that squeaking is. I'm just going to try to put a little transmission fluid right here. And come on, do you have any left? There we go. Made a mess, but that's all right. I have no idea what that's going to do. Apparently nothing. I don't know where the squeak is. Is it inside the motor? It seems to work fine. It doesn't spin very well though. If this was any other car, I would just replace it and not worry about it. But I'm going to dig in a little further and see what we can find here. Have I ever taken the blower motor apart on a W126 Mercedes before? No, I have not. Do you know what you're doing? No, I do not. I'm going to do it anyway, though. There's a push nut here on the back of this shaft. I'm going to take that off next and see what that does. I have noticed some little metal clips right there. That might be, I wonder if those are balancing weights. I have no idea. little push nut here. We'll just get the universal tool. He's not doing that the right way at all. You're supposed to use the flim-flam modulator to remove a push nut. I've got one in my drawer. Well, that's nice. That seemed to work okay. What do we have here? We got a little rubber bushing. Oh, wait a minute. There's a little metal washer. What do we have here? Can we? I wonder if that has to be pressed off. I'm going to put some more juice down in there and see what that does. Let's just let that roll down in there. Rolling. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That did something. Question is, how long will it last? I have no idea. Might fix it for a week and then it might start squealing again. He's not using the right lubricating agent. That won't last. What should I use? Should I use mineral oil or whoop? Yeah, it's still doing some. Hey, look at that. Boy, that's pretty good. I don't want to soak it down and get the interior of the motor all greasy. Of course, then again, I don't guess that would really matter. All right, you guys know I'm just making this up as I go along, right? So, you know, just keep that in mind before you start making nasty comments. I know you guys wouldn't do that. What I'm going to do is take the old standard lithium grease that I like for car interiors and car electronics and stuff like that. I'm going to see if I can't just mash some of this down in there. Let's use this piece of rubber here that came off and see if we can't mash that down in there. I have no idea if that's going to work. Let's put some more of this transmission fluid down in there, combined with that lithium, and just let it, you know, have a nice little time together. And let's just spin her. Yeah, I don't have a good feeling for that. You know, is that going to last? I don't know. Because the fan's going to sit in the car like that, right? So the lubrication that I just put in there is going to run out. What's that screw for? I have no idea. Maybe this is pressed on here? Probably. Assuming the blower itself is, yeah, pressed on there. Let's just soak it down. This is going to call for some sitting time. Let me get the PB blaster. Stand by one sec. I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a good douse of the old PB. Should have done that to start with. I just didn't want to make a big old mess. All right, I think maybe I'm going to hit the front part of this thing too, right in there. Let's see what that does. Because what I did on the backside, it just didn't work. It didn't do anything. Yeah, okay. The squeak was on the front. Ha! So there you go. Squeak was definitely on the front. Now, you know, PB Blaster and WD-40, they're just quick fixes, right? They're just, you know, get a bolt loose type things. They're not long-term lubrication. I've got a flexible tip on this can of transmission fluid here. I could give it a dose of that. You know, that might have a little more staying power. Yeah, now I can hear the power steering fluid flinging out everywhere. Okay, now it's done. Well, I think we've corrected our squeak problem, folks. Of course, it doesn't sit in the car like that. It sits in the car like that. I'm calling that fixed. All right, look. This is just going to be a quick and dirty video. I'm not going to film me putting this thing back in the car and firing it up. We're going to call it a video right here and right now. Put the little metal washer back on there, like that we didn't need to take off to begin with. We'll put our push nut back on. You know, if you use a pair of pliers and applied equal pressure on either side, it would work a lot better. Well, you know, that's true and all, but I really don't care. There we go. All right, I'm calling it fixed, folks. Reinstallation of this is just vice versa. Put the blower motor back in the car like this, put the 3 screws back in it, reattach the electrical harness, and put the cover back on the bottom of the dash, and boom, there you go. I want to call this fixed. In the coming days, when I'm riding around with the heater or the air conditioner on, I'll give you guys a status update to see if the squeak came back. And if you don't hear anything back from me, that means this thing stayed fixed. All right, folks, that's all for now. Just a quick and dirty video on eliminating a blower motor squeak in your old Mercedes. Appreciate you guys stopping by the channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video, don't forget to click that little bell down below the workbench somewhere. You guys know where it is. You guys have a good one, and remember to enjoy restoring your classic Mercedes.